Hey everyone, we've all been there, right? You get a product, it's not quite right, so you send it back. But have you ever stopped to wonder what happens after you drop that box off? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and follow the journey of that simple return deep inside a company's systems. I mean, who hasn't? It's a totally universal experience. You open a package and, something's broken. You fill out a form, slap a label on the box, and that's it. For you, the customer, the story pretty much ends right there. But that simple act, it kicks off this incredibly complex and precise digital ballet behind the scenes. So we're going to follow that dance, step by step, through the powerful SAP system that honestly runs so much of the world's business. So where does it all start? You might think it's when the box arrives back at the warehouse, but nope. It actually begins with your email or your phone call. The very first move is all about communication. It all begins when a customer just reaches out and says, "Hey, this thing you sent me is damaged." That one single report is the trigger for everything that follows. Sometimes a service employee might even come out to check it out and make an official note. But either way, this is our starting pistol. Bam! The race is on. Once that report is logged, the system follows this really clear three-act structure. Think of it like a little play. Act 1, the company creates a return order. Act 2, they process the physical return delivery, and Act 3, they issue a return invoice to make things right financially. Let's break down each act. Okay, so Act 1, this part is purely digital. The best way to think about it is like booking a return flight for your product. Before that box can go anywhere, it needs an official ticket logged in the system. And this ticket has a name. It's called a return order, or just RE in SAP speak. This thing is the foundation for everything. It's not just some casual note, it's a formal authorization that says, yes, we officially agree that this customer can send this exact item back for this specific reason. Now here's a really crucial detail for keeping everything accurate. The system doesn't just create this order out of thin air. No, it creates the return by referencing the original sale. This links everything together perfectly, connecting the return directly back to the moment you first bought it. Next up, you've got to be specific. The system needs an official reason code. Was it damaged in transit? Is the product faulty? And this isn't just for, paperwork's sake. This is critical data for the company so they can spot trends and fix problems with their products or maybe their shipping partners. And here's a neat little technical detail. There's a field in the system called a billing block. On this return order, it's intentionally left blank. Why? Well, it's like leaving a gate wide open. It makes sure that when the time comes, the system has a clear path to generate your credit or refund without any hiccups. All right, so the digital paperwork is all sorted. Now the actual physical product starts its journey home. And of course, the system needs to keep tabs on this real-world movement every step of the way. This part of the process is handled with a specific transaction code. Now, don't worry, you don't need to memorize VL01N or anything. Just know that this is basically the command that tells the system, okay, team, we are now officially managing the shipment of this returned item coming back to us. The big moment in this physical journey is an event called the post-goods receipt, or PGR. This is the exact second a warehouse worker scans that item. Bam! The system officially says it's here. And instantly, the company's inventory count is updated. The product is officially back on the books. So, the product is back. Now we get to the final act. And for the customer, this is the most important part, getting their money back. It's time to close the financial loop. So a special kind of invoice gets created, a return invoice, which is basically a credit memo. But get this, and this is the critical detail, it's created with a direct reference to the original return order, not the physical delivery we just talked about. And that might seem a little weird, right? Why would they do that? And here's how that actually balances the books in the background. When that return invoice gets processed, two things happen at the exact same time. On one side, the company's revenue account goes down, and on the other, the customer's account gets credited. The financial scales are brought perfectly back into balance. Which brings us to the central question, the real aha moment of this entire process. This is the core logic that makes this whole system so smart and reliable. So why? Why does the system insist on linking that final refund all the way back to that first digital document, the return order, and not just the physical package that showed up at the warehouse? What's the thinking here? Well, the reason is actually really simple, but it's also kind of brilliant.
It's all about fulfilling a promise. The goal is to create that invoice for the quantity damaged, not necessarily the quantity that was received.
So here's the bottom line. The return order represents the customer's claim. It's the official record of what you said was wrong. That's the promise the company needs to make good on. The refund has to be based on that promise, not on whatever happens to show up at the warehouse days later. This is what ensures you're made whole based on your reported issue, and that right there is the cornerstone of trust. All right, let's just boil this all down. What seems like a simple return is actually a precise three-part journey: order, delivery, and invoice. That first document, the return order, acts as the one and only source of truth for the entire process. And most importantly, the whole system is built to base the refund on the customer's reported problem, not just the physical item, to guarantee accuracy and maintain that crucial trust. It's a pretty incredible system, isn't it? A whole hidden world of logic, all designed to solve one simple problem and maintain one really important thing: your trust. So the next time you send something back, you'll know all about the complex digital dance happening in the background just for you. Thanks for digging into this with me.
For more videos, please like, share and subscribe the channel SAP Gyaan.